take the little end off, the top off, and then I just slice it. Ever how thick you want it, really. And one thing about this Star of David, if you notice, it is not dripping stickiness like most okra. Most people say that okra is slimy, but look at this. Other okras, if I was doing this, you would have slime coming from here. Star of David's amazing. And less slimy. It is the best frying okra out there. The Star of David is headed to the freezer. And then we have some for supper. Our first tray, okra. Now, they're all freeze dried really well. And I'm going to scoop them in here and put them in here. But I'm going to save out a few because the ultimate test with this okra, this is fresh okra. There is nothing on it at all. It's just okra that I cut up, and I tried one just a minute ago and it tastes like fresh okra. I'm not gonna lie to you, that's what the taste is, an intense fresh okra taste. Now, I want to save enough that tonight I can cook for supper. I'm fixing to take an oxygen absorber and put in here, and I'm gonna seal it right quick. These I'm putting in something, and you can see just wheels of okra. And I'm gonna put these in water, and we're gonna refry them. Just wheels of okra. Now I'm gonna put these in a touch of water, and it's not gonna take much. I'm gonna just sprinkle them with water. And when I fry okra, I'm gonna keep these separate, and I'm gonna fry them, and we're gonna do a taste test. Fresh versus freeze dried and rehydrated. Okay, so I've got my okra in a Mylar bag. These are put out by Harvest Right. That is the type freeze dryer we have. So I write on them and I put the date on them, and this is fresh okra, so I put that it's fresh okra. If I had seasoned it, I would have put what kind of seasonings on it, or if it was already cooked okra, I would have put that on there and stuff like that. All right, we have about 12 pieces of okra here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to sprinkle just a little bit of water in this, and we're going to let them sit, and I'll come back to this to fry after a while. I don't want to over wet them, so I'm not sure how that's going to affect it, so I just want to get enough okra water in there to kind of give it some moisture. And we're going to let this, since it's got the water, flip them, and they're already coming back to life. And I'm going to coat these tonight and cook them just like I would my fresh okra, and we're going to see how that works. All right, we have our okra. It's been sitting in a touch of water, and I felt of it, and it's like mushy, like okra. It's wet, and I have corn flour, organic Bob's Red Mill corn flour. And usually what I do is I toss my okra in corn flour, and I will flip them, make sure they're coated on each side, and we will sprinkle a little more on the other side because there's not that many. So you can, and these are big okra. This is Star of David okra. And it's starting to come together. All right, these are coated pretty well. They're separating like they should. We're going to let them sit for a few minutes and we're going to fry them. Alright, we're going to be trying our freeze-dried okra.
Alright, this is a taste test for freeze-dried okra that's been rehydrated, huh?
And then fried.
And then fried.
Can you tell the difference?
I'll tell you, I think it holds the batter better.
Mm-hmm. Plus, if you didn't know that it was rehydrated, if nobody told you,
Nobody told you, you would not know the difference.
you're not.
And I eat okra all the time. I mean, wow. I just like the simple fact that the batter has stuck to it really well.
And they did really good.
Man.
So
Yeah, that's good.
you can freeze dry okra, fresh okra, do nothing to it, rehydrate it when you want it, batter it up, fry it. It's just
It's
like
as good as fresh.
fresh okra.
Matter of fact, I'm thinking it might even be better.
I don't think you can get better than fresh.
That runs a doggone close race.
So if we can get this okra freeze dried and in pouches, it saves room in my freezer. It's a plus.
It's definitely a plus.
And you also can just take the freeze dried okra, rehydrate it in soups and stuff like that. You could use it any way you would use okra. So that is
Now,
a plus.
One thing we need to mention, this is the Star of David.
Yes.
This is a very large diameter okra. This okra is as big as quarters and 50-cent pieces. So the little tiny okra, if you do small tiny okra, it might be different. But this Star of David is a great frying okra anyway. So I think that that's probably what we, maybe why. It's just a good frying okra.